Most people think discipline is a cage. They think it's about white-knuckling your way through a life you hate, but they're wrong. There is a psychological loophole, a way to hardwire your brain so that winning becomes your default setting. It's a method so effective, it feels like you're cheating at life. Today, you're going to learn how to stop trying and start becoming. Once you cross this line, laziness won't just be a choice, it will be a physical impossibility. But, fair warning, this isn't for the casual viewer. This is for the person ready to kill their old self to let the winner live. If that's you, hit subscribe and comment "I'm ready" below. Let's break the system. Meet Marcus. Marcus is just like you. He buys the planners, he watches the 3 a.m. motivation videos. Every Sunday night, he's a lion. Every Monday morning, he's a ghost. He thinks he lacks willpower. He thinks he's just not built like them. But Marcus isn't lazy. He's just fighting a war with an unloaded gun. See, your brain is a survival machine. It's designed to conserve energy. When you try to be disciplined, your brain sees a predator. It sees a threat to its comfort. And your brain is much better at sabotaging you than you are at forcing yourself. Researchers at the University of Zurich found that people with the best discipline actually use willpower the least. They aren't stronger than you. They're just using a different map. And that map starts with a concept used by elite fighter pilots called cognitive decoupling. This is where it starts to feel illegal. In the world of high-stakes undercover operations, there's a rule. If you act like a spy, you die. You have to be the person you're pretending to be. Most people fail because they are trying to go to the gym. That's a task. Tasks can be negotiated. You need to become an athlete. An athlete doesn't try to work out, they just work out. It's who they are. When you change the label, you stop the mental tax. Stanford psychologist James Clear calls this identity-based habits. But here's the secret the hustle culture gurus won't tell you. You can't just think it. You have to trick your nervous system into believing it's already true. Marcus stopped saying, "I want to be fit." He started saying, "I am someone who never misses a Monday." Small difference? No. It's a total system override. Your brain hates inconsistency. If you believe you are an athlete and you sit on the couch, your brain creates cognitive dissonance. It feels uncomfortable to be lazy. But how do you make the work feel as easy as breathing? That's where the next phase comes in. Imagine you're trying to push a boulder uphill. That's how most people live. Now imagine the boulder is at the top of a slide. One tiny nudge and it's gone. That nudge is called the 2-minute entry. Marcus used to fail because he looked at the mountain. He'd think about the 60-minute grueling workout. His brain screamed, "Too much energy, abort." So he changed the game. His goal wasn't to work out. His goal was to put on his shoes and stand on the gym floor for 120 seconds. That was it. Success was defined by showing up, not the intensity. Because the hardest part of any habit is the activation energy. It's the spark that starts the fire. Once you're at the gym, you're already in the flow. You've bypassed the gatekeeper, you've hacked the resistance. By making the entry point too small to fail, you rob your brain of the ability to negotiate. But what happens when life hits you in the face? What happens when the illegal ease meets real-world chaos? There's a specialized unit in the Swiss military known for never missing an objective. Their secret isn't more discipline, it's predetermined contingency. Most people's discipline is a glass vase. One tiny crack, a late meeting, a cold, a rainy day, and the whole thing shatters. You need to build a titanium framework. You need the if-then script. If I am too tired to run 5 miles, then I will walk for 10 minutes. If I am traveling and have no gym, then I will do 20 air squats in the hotel. Notice the pattern? The goal is never perfection. The goal is no gaps. A Harvard study on behavioral momentum proved that the psychological cost of restarting is 10 times higher than the cost of continuing. Marcus realized that a 2-minute bad workout was infinitely more valuable than a missed one. It kept the identity alive. It kept the spy undercover. And soon, the momentum became a freight train that nothing could stop. 3 months later, Marcus didn't recognize his life. He didn't have to try to eat healthy. He didn't have to force himself to read. He was simply living the zero-resistance way. His friends started asking, "How do you do it? How are you so disciplined?" He just smiled, because he knew the truth. He wasn't working harder, he was working smarter. He had redesigned his internal architecture so that success was the only logical outcome. Discipline isn't a punishment you endure. It's the highest form of self-respect. It's the bridge between who you are and who you were meant to be. The question is, are you tired of fighting against yourself? Are you ready to stop the war and start the system? If you're still here, you're part of the 1% who actually finishes what they start. That's your first win. Now I want you to take one habit, just one, and write your 2-minute entry in the comments right now. Commit it to the community. Make it public. Make it real. This is where the old you ends and the unbreakable you begins. I'll see you in the next video. Stay dangerous.